Doing well.
Yeah, good. What's going on tonight?
First, let me show you.
Sure.
I'm turning my phone off.
Oh, you're fine. You can. I'm recording you. You can record me.
Okay.
I'm good with it. I'm not worried about that.
Okay. All right. Well, the Bay Pines cop was out here and was horribly concerned that I was going to turn that camera towards him. You know, out here on city land, telling me you better not turn that towards me.
It's all legal. Everything you're doing is legal.
Are you a veteran?
I am not. Nope.
You're not. Okay,
nope.
But doesn't matter. You're serving the community.
My dad's a retired 30-year colonel in the Air Force, though.
Oh, outstanding.
A little bit about the military. So
we couldn't all get in the Navy, but you know.
I hear you.
But I used to be with the police department out here.
Okay.
All right.
The VA or this one?
The VA.
Okay.
This one specifically.
Okay. Got you.
I was a dispatcher.
Okay.
I applied for and got an officer position, and I was the top I was the top selectee and was offered the position. I accepted the position. They did my background check. They got me an academy date, everything.
Okay. Then
the chiefs down here called me into their office because they knew I wanted to be a cop.
Okay.
Called me into their office and said, hey, they were in the middle of a multi-million-dollar lawsuit for retaliation, harassment, sexual harassment, all of that.
All right.
They called me into their office and they said, hey, you know, congratulations on getting selected as an officer. We got you an academy date. Everything's going great. You're going to be a great officer. By the way, we know the other officers talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
We need you to find out what they know, what they don't know, and specifically said the officers in the lawsuit, what their attorneys know, what their attorneys don't know, and report that back to us, you know, on the down quiet.
Why are they asking you to do that?
Because the officers liked me. I was a dispatcher. They all liked me and talked to me.
Gotcha,
and they even said that. We know the officers talk to you, so we need you to spy on them and their attorney and pass the information back to us.
Okay.
And I said, I can't do that, Chief. And he said, oh, sure you can. I said, well, Chief, let me rephrase it. I won't do that.
Okay. Makes sense.
It's unethical. Something you would want in an officer is poison here. So, 2 days later, not an HR specialist, I'd already passed all of OPM's requirements for the job. Some instructor out in Little Rock that knows them personally shot down my hiring as an officer, saying that in his personal opinion I wasn't qualified, even though I was their pick, had been selected, did the oral boards, passed OPM's requirements, and the HR specialist said she had never heard of that.
Okay.
The fix would
something going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, absolutely, and it goes all the way to the top. I didn't find that out till 2014, unfortunately, but it is what it is.
How long did you work as a dispatcher?
I was a dispatcher there for a little over 3 years. All right. But I'd been I was an EMS supervisor out here for 8.
Okay. So what are you doing now?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. I'm medically retired from anxiety. My wife's across the street with my service dog.
Okay.
I couldn't even hold a job at my brother's roofing company answering phones because somebody would say something that would set me off, and I would, you know, blurt out to them, not, you know, violently, but, you know, verbally, you know.
Do you have have you been diagnosed with PTSD? Or
yes, I have.
Anything?
Yes, I have. I've been seeing a psychiatrist or psychologist since 2011 when they were doing all this stuff to me.
What's your name, man?
Keith Hansford.
Keith, good to meet you, man. I'm Ryan.
Brian?
Yep, good to meet you.
So, and, you know, the doc asks me every time, you got any suicidal or homicidal ideations? No. Okay. I just have I have a problem with how they mistreat veterans out here.
Okay. I've been watching the news and all that stuff.
Channel 8?
No, well, just in general. The VA in general. You know, I know they're like most government agencies, they're underfunded and understaffed. Hopefully, they're saying that they're trying to tighten up a little bit as far as veteran care and all that, and doctor's appointments? And
No.
I don't know personally. I'm fortunate enough not to have to use their services, but.
Well, don't let your dad come here.
Yeah. My dad's pretty healthy, so that's a good thing.
That's good.
Yeah.
The reason I'm out here tonight is Steve Andrews with News Channel 8 ran a follow-up story to the story that he ran last night. The story he ran last night was a veteran that had been, a Vietnam-era veteran that had been being treated out here for years and years and years. They had been telling him that his pain he was complaining about was arthritis and spinal stenosis.
Like a misdiagnosis type?
Throw opioids at him. Pain pills. Here, take some more Oxycontin. They did that for years.
Yep.
He would come in and complain, the pain is getting worse. Something's not right. Up his prescription of painkillers. The pain got so bad that just recently his wife said, that's it, we're going to take you to a civilian hospital and get a second opinion.
Yeah, something wasn't working.
Within a day or two, the civilian hospital told him, you're dead. You're dying.
Yeah.
You know.
What did he have?
Stage 4 cancer that had spread throughout his entire body. It was from the back of his neck all the way down to the tailbone and into his hips. They misdiagnosed it as arthritis, and then that was the story last night. Today, his story was a follow-up story on this guy, and they told him, "Oh yeah, we'll get you in for radiation treatments and everything." And
the VA said this to kind of make
the VA told him that they would authorize him to get radiation treatments at an outside facility because he didn't want to come here.
Okay.
Understandably. He waited at that other facility for 5 hours, and then the VA, and they show the video of this guy in the waiting room with his head down on a stretcher, just in agony and crying. You know, 60-something-year-old man.
Imagine.
And they denied it. We're not going to pay for you to go somewhere else. You know. So I came out here to do a couple of videos to put on YouTube and our channel. You know, trying to get veterans to get off their ass and get out and protest. I put a lot of money into these signs that I put out here.
Those are nice. Those like vinyl? Those wood. Oh yeah,
the signboard stuff. But just a couple of the videos that they've done that involve me, I got 22 mannequins that I put t-shirts on and set out along the roadway here. But before I did that, I put a sign out it said Suicide Awareness Rally and the date and time. And I put the signs out.
Yeah.
Signs disappeared. I put more signs out. Signs disappeared. I put my last sign out, and I sat over at Dunkin' Donuts with the camera, and out comes a Bay Pines police lieutenant, walks over, scoops the sign up, and throws it in his cruiser and drives off.
Yeah.
You know, and that was Suicide Awareness Month. That was.
Yeah, Keith, trust me, I understand what you're here for.
Yeah.
I'm 100% behind it. But as far as putting, like right now, I don't see anything wrong with what you're doing.
What was the call?
Leaving signs and all that stuff. Can't do that.
Well, and I found that out from the.
There's a county ordinance for that.
Yeah, I found that out from a guy at the Department of Transportation. I can't think of his name right now, but he said if you are present, you can have them.
Yeah, you can.
So if I, you know, my anxiety ramps up when I'm over on this side. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll come out and I'll put this sign here and another sign there, and I'll go across the street. That little pickup truck right there is my wife. Mm-hmm. She's sitting in there with my service dog. I didn't want to bring him over here because I didn't know what they were going to do, and of course they came out and confronted me.
Yep. Just don't leave your signs.
No. And that's what I say. The guy from the Department of Transportation said, if you're present, that's fine. I said, can I be sitting across the street? He said, absolutely. As long as if somebody pulls up to go out and look at your signs. You can step out and say, those are mine, I'm here, you got no problems. So, what was the call you were dispatched on?
Just come out and talk to you, pretty much figure out what's going on.
What come from Bay Pines?
Yeah.
Can you find out what their verbiage was that I was being...
the video, they just see a video camera and they see a guy with signs out here.
Okay.
And that's, just come out and talk to you.
Well,
and again, it may have been a little more aggressive when they came out.
They absolutely
I'm not really
were.
sure, but yeah, legally, you can film, they can film. I'm not sure. Sometimes people don't, and not to talk trash about them or anything, but they don't. And again, I may be wrong. I'm about 95% sure that where you are, you're good to film whatever you want. You're in the public. You're on county property.
Yeah.
Well, once you start going
Steve Andrews, when they stole the signs for the protest, this veteran suicide protest, he found out. He went to the county and got the county survey stuff, and their property line runs along the wall, then along this concrete divide around their thing to that pillar, across to that pillar, around the planter, and then down that wall.
Okay.
So I could be up to that light if I wanted to. I don't, because I'm not looking for confrontation, but
you just want people to hear you.
Yeah, reason I put it here is, as you can see, it's asking for veterans to step up and call anonymously and report stuff, and they have been.
Yeah.
You know, I asked Steve Andrews, are you getting calls from the sign? He goes, oh yeah.
Good.
So, but
do you mind if I just grab your info so that
sure.
Nobody has to, they'll look you up and they'll say, okay, Deputy Scalco came out and talked to him, and he's on the up and up, and he's fighting a good fight. Do you have any weapons on you right now?
Yes, I do. In my right front pocket.
Okay. You can be favored. Keep your hands away from it, and you and I are going to be...
We are on the same page.
Peachy keen with each other.
But the officer that came out, the reason he came out was that they could see on the cameras that I was on Bay Pines property.
Okay.
And what that consisted of was I was standing on this over there while I was filming, and they found it necessary to send an officer out here to tell me to get off Bay Pines property. That's ridiculous. I asked the officer, I said, do you know about officer discretion? And he goes, yeah. But
you understand that you're not painting them in a good light.
Yeah.
Correct?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So they're looking for, and they're right.
I'm painting them in an honest light.
And I agree, but at the same time, they don't. Careful. They don't like the same thing. Somebody walking by your house all the time. I hate the color of your house. They just keep walking by every day.
You see my place.
I hate the color of your house.
Yeah.
They can do that.
Yeah.
But it gets annoying.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to do. So they're trying to nitpick and all that stuff. Just do
fine.
your thing. Stay on county property. There won't be any issues.
Okay.
They
cool.
might still come out and talk to you and stuff like that.
Well, I asked
don't give them a reason to come out and talk to you. You know what I mean?
I asked for their supervisor to come out, and he won't do it. So.
Do you mind if I grab a quick picture of you so that I can just update?
Of me?
Yep.
Sure.
Update everything.
That's fine.
Heaven forbid you go missing or something like that. We like to update as much stuff as possible. Sound good?
Yeah.
I was going to take a picture of your sign. And it's good. So what number is this right here?
That is News Channel 8 Steve Andrews direct line.
This is direct line?
Yeah.
All right. You want to stand in front of it? You can stand wherever you want to.
Whatever you need.
Don't want you to get hit by a car. And again, this is just so hopefully if they run your name and they can see that you and I spoke and that you're a good guy, and without having to come out here and ask the same questions over and over again. So
no repercussions, right?
No.
Okay.
You're good.
All right, man.
Right to protest, man. You can do, as long as you stay on county property. And that was the whole thing. I read the call notes again, and they're just saying you're playing the property line, which is kind of what you explained.
So, yeah, but
yeah, just do it the right way. you and I both know they're probably looking for a reason to have police come talk to you.
No, absolutely.
Stir the beehive a little bit, you know, which is, it's human nature.
Okay.
So, all right, you have any questions for me?
Nope.
All right, Keith, I appreciate you talking to me. Good
Oh,
luck.
let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
Would you be able to have dispatch call their dispatch and just let them know that I'm requesting the supervisor come out?
Nah, we don't do all that. This is,
Okay.
I mean, you're
Well, this
more
might
than
be
welcome to do it.
this might be him here now.
Yeah, so I'll go talk to him and I'll fill him in.
Okay.
I don't even know if it's the same guy that talked to you.
If it's Lieutenant Williams, he was a sergeant when I was here.
Okay.
So,
how long did you work for the VA as a dispatcher total?
a little over 3 years, about 3.5 years.
And then you wanted to get on as a police officer?
I had been hired as a police officer,
Okay.
but I never made it to the academy because I wouldn't spy for him.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. I appreciate it, Keith. Have a good one.